Anybody over the age of 35, we got to do more.
And single. So the other day we talked about women in their 30s looking all pretty, looking all beautiful, and I got a lot of comments of women in their 30s like, what do you mean 30 is old? Like, how is 30 old? I like that. 30 is not old, really. 30 is not old. I just feel like women in their 20s can see that 30 is not old. It's a very beautiful thing. I feel like you start living your life even in 30s. You start enjoying who you are in your 30s. But then there are advices. I said we're going to talk about the advices of older women telling what women in their 30s should do, how they should look, what they should do. I'm going to roll some clip for you all to watch about some advice that I saw on TikTok and share it over you. So we're going to talk about it. Let me read this video and I'll be back.
I've been seeing this trend on the Clock app and I got to tap in. So here's 3 pieces of advice for 30-year-olds from a 40-year-old. Well, technically 41. 1, choose yourself. Let me tell you something. As girls, we are taught to put everybody and their mama before us, and that becomes a really sick cycle of denying yourself, repressing yourself, and betraying yourself over time. I have a mentor who says, choosing yourself is choosing God. So choose God by choosing yourself. Now, family, church, and society did not make that easy for you, so I understand it's going to take some practical tools and tips to actually get that going. So here's number 2. Heal your codependency. When people hear codependency, they tend to think, oh, it's, you're super clingy or you get attached easily, or no, codependency expresses itself in trying to control others. It expresses itself in trying to rescue others. It expresses itself in you jumping in when people didn't even ask for your help. And next thing you know, you help them. They're in a better position. You're worse off and they don't even say thank you. So now you resent them for it, but they never asked you for help in the first place. Whose block am I on? And so it's important to understand, 1, what codependency is, and 2, to honor that we have all been conditioned to be codependent, whether it's family, church, society, they're the unholy trinity as far as I'm concerned. The third piece of advice is to decolonize your faith, your religion, your spirituality, your spiritual practices. Chances are, if you grew up in this country, especially if you're Black, you have some encounter with the Christian church. Decolonize your Christianity, babes. The way that colonized Christianity has ransacked women's self-esteem, our sense of self-worth. The fact of the matter is, you are created in the image and likeness of God, and God rejoices over you with singing, and doesn't just rejoice over your servitude parts or your self-denial, but over your pleasure, over your body, all of your body. So yeah, beloved ones, those are my 3 pieces of advice. Above all else, love yourself. So trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. So if you want to hear more tips, more advice from a 41-year-old for 30-somethings, like and follow for more.
Hi baby. Here are 9 things I immediately said goodbye to the moment I turned 30. Pretending I didn't have an opinion when I did have an opinion, just to keep the peace and make everyone around me's life easier. Choosing people who weren't choosing me whatsoever, but convincing myself they actually were choosing me and were just really scared and I needed to give them time to come around. Trying to make sure that everyone had a positive perception of me. At some point you realize I'm going to be the villain in some people's stories and I'd rather be at peace with that fact than send my anxiety through the roof trying to change that. Allowing people to outstay their welcome in my life. Some people really are around just for a season. If you leave every interaction feeling like all of the life has been sucked out of you, know when it's time to show them the door. Allowing literally anyone and everyone to trauma dump all over me without any consent or warning just because I'm a good listener and can empathize with you. No, Go to therapy. Allowing the fearful part of me to run the show at all times, there is a courageous part of me that's always been in there. It's time to let her have her moment. Apologizing for who I am to people who have no interest in understanding who they are. Pretending I don't need anyone and can do it all on my own. I really can't. It's boring, it's exhausting, it's tedious, it's lonely. If I need your support or help, I'm gonna ask for it. Worrying about if I'm too much for some people. I inevitably am, and I'd rather accept that than spend my life playing small.
Anybody over 35, baby. Anybody over the age of 35, we got to do more. 31, you still kind of good. You're going to just have to do a little bit more. But if you're over 35, baby, you got to get extra. Okay? Every lady in here who's over 35 knows that you have to do extra. So when I say extra, I mean extra. You cannot skip beauty treatments. You cannot skip doing certain things. You got to get your hair has to be in place. Your makeup has to be on point. You have to smell beautiful. You have to be the epitome of a woman. Okay? You have to turn heads when people see you. You have to be mistaken for famous or, something, a model. So you got to do more. And when I say more, if you're not the most beautiful woman in the world, you still have to do way more. You can't do what the young girls do. You got to put on all the steps of the makeup. You got to do concealer. You got to do foundation. You got to do powder. You got to do contour. You got to do eyebrows. You got to do all those steps and keep going. You got to do highlighter, all that, teeth whitening, all of it. Okay, because you're competing with, and you're competing with younger women and women your age as well. So you gotta cover all your bases. Then you also you have an advantage because you got money. You got money. You're older. You got the money in place, hopefully, so you can afford nicer things to make you look better. You can afford more expensive treatments. You can do this and that. So take advantage of that. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm over this age, so I give up. No, you can't.
Are you a young woman in your 30s? If you are, take some time and stop and listen to me just for a minute or two. I'll be 60 this summer, and I clearly, distinctly remember being 30, and it went just like that. It went so fast. So if you're in your 30s, I want you to listen to 3 things that will help you so that you can really, truly enjoy being 60. This sprinkle, and all of the stuff that you hear on the internet, that might not be your retirement plan. So even if you're with a man, you need to have your own money. Second thing is move your body. Make sure that you are 100% taking care of yourself in your 30s. And the less you move in your 30s, the less you're gonna move when you're older. You only get one body and you need to take care of it. Don't think just because you're 30 and you can eat whatever you want and do whatever you want, that's gonna sustain you well into your 60s. Get into therapy. Don't just work on your physical, but work on your mental. There is nothing worse than an old, bitter, 60-year-old woman that has never dealt with her childhood wounds or her traumas. Those are the older women that you see on this app or even in your own families, and their spirits are just in chaos, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why they're that way, and it's because they went through their whole lives not dealing with issues. So don't become that woman, because once you're 60, it's a lot more difficult. Have conversations with God. Find some gratitude. Talk to Him. He's always right there with you. But sit down and have conversations with Him and let Him know where you're at and where you want to be, and pray, not just for yourself, but those around you. And I get it, not everybody's religious, but whatever spiritual realm that you are in, find it so that you're centered and hold on to that well into your older age. It's never too late to start, but financial health, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health is all that you need to carry you through life's challenges. And I'm here to tell you from experience, if you want to be happy and healthy during your older years, start now. Remember those things.
What advice would you give women in their 30s? I am in my 30s, and I feel like the best advice that I can give is prioritize your health. Prioritize your health and prioritize yourself. I feel like you need to love yourself so much. And because I feel like it starts from you loving yourself. You're loving yourself. You're looking at the mirror and be like, I love myself. I love everything about me. You have to love yourself first before you can start prioritizing things around you. Within you rather. I feel like you might not love yourself so much and you want to prioritize your health. You need to love your first. So I feel like that's the first step. And it's for you to love yourself and be selfish about that love, that nobody can take that love from you. It is the love you have for yourself. You have to be very selfish with that love. Like, put yourself first. Whatever you want to do, whatever things you want to accomplish, whatever things you just feel like is going on in your life, put yourself like, how does this benefit me? Am I happy with this or I'm sad? If it makes you sad, bye. If it gives you a headache, bye. So far it makes you feel good, so far it's good for you, click. So I just feel like prioritizing yourself in your 30s is the best advice for me. And loving yourself, you need to love yourself. You need to love the woman you're becoming. You need to love who you are, even though you've not gotten to where you want to be, but you're growing, and grateful for growing, because the thing is, not everybody sees 30, and some people, have gotten unalive in their 20s. So for you to have the privilege to be in your 30s, that is grace, I feel. And I feel like understanding and loving the kind of woman you're becoming in your 30s is a great advice for me. And when you love yourself, you will love everything about yourself. Nobody can tell you, oh, why is your nose so big? And you start feeling insecure about it. I'm not saying don't have insecurities. You can have insecurities. Maybe you're having insecurities. Maybe you have, what can I say? Okay, big tummy. I feel like almost every woman are like, oh, I don't want to wear this kind of clothes because my tummy looks so big. Those are insecurities. So you can have insecurities, probably your tummy is big, or some women that want to have like bigger boobs. I'm not saying don't do that. If you feel like going to do plastic surgery makes you feel good, you can do that. That is you prioritizing yourself. That is you loving yourself. But because you just want to look at yourself and feel good. You're doing it for yourself, not because people are saying it, not because you're feeling bad about it because of other people. You get it? It's not because people are insulting you. Oh, why is your nose so big? Your nose is so big. But you're looking at your nose and there's nothing wrong with it. You feel good about your nose. Let them talk, okay? But if you yourself, you're like feeling bad about it and you're like, da, 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 da. If you want to do something about it, you can do something about it. There are a lot of things they do to nose right now and to make your nose feel good. I'm just using nose for an example. Anyway, I feel like prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your health. And how can you prioritize your health? Is by taking care of what you eat inside, by taking good supplements, and also exercising. Try to exercise at least once a week or twice a week. I don't know, but just try to take walks. If you cannot go to the gym, maybe because of work or where you're staying, or because of your stay-at-home mom, or anything can make you not be able to attend or go to the gym every day or every time of the week. But you can exercise at home. You can take walks. You can jump. You can run. You can skip. You can get the skipping rope and just skip. And just try to, do some activities, some cardio. That's what they call it. Once a week, and that's just to help with your blood pressure and all of that. I feel like prioritizing your health, prioritizing your look as well, and everything still involves around you loving yourself and seeing the kind of woman you're becoming. So prioritizing your look. I feel like Shara 7 talking about, oh, if you're 35 and above, you have to put extra work. It is not for everybody. It's not everybody that has to put extra work to look so beautiful. Some people just have to wake up, have their bath, and that's it. Some people, their skin is flawless. I've seen a woman, my mom's age, her skin is so good. Like her skin is so good. Anytime she's talking, I'm just looking at her skin. Like, why is your skin so good? Some women are blessed with a good skin that they don't even need to do skincare. Why some women have to use so many skincare products before their skin can pop? Some women look so beautiful with makeup. Some women don't look beautiful with makeup. It's not everybody that has to come out looking beautiful with makeup. Some people look way different and weird with makeup. But when they are off makeup, they look very beautiful. Some people, it is hair. Some people want to look good on their dreadlocks. Some people want to look on low cut. There's this creator, Oditi or something. She's on her skin and like skinny, and she looks so good. Some people look good, that kind of look, while some don't. Okay, you can't even think about. I cannot think about doing my hair like that. Okay, but the thing is, you don't have to put in, if you want to put in extra effort, if you feel like you need to put in extra effort, do it. Don't pressure yourself. Do it and do it gradually. But I feel like it is not everybody that needs to put so much extra effort to look that beautiful. Some people already feel beautiful from inside. I feel like you feeling beautiful comes from the inside as well before the outside. Because sometimes some people are beautiful, but they feel like they are not. And you have to keep telling them, like, do you know you're very beautiful? Do you know you're very beautiful? Some people don't know. Okay, it's not even about how you look. It's about how you feel inside. So yes, you put in effort in your look. Of course, even if you're in your 20s, you put effort in your look. But the more you grow as a woman, you have to put in effort in your look. Look very good and all of that. I just feel like the long and short of it, my own tiny little advice is love yourself and the center man. Okay, you need to put yourself first in anything. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please put your own advice down in the comment section. I'd love to read your comments. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.